The coming through for this moment is important for us, for this is a means to enable all of you to manage this miasma, is how you perhaps perceive a series of difficult, perhaps not difficult, but situations which form a confluence of energies which can seem difficult to maneuver, to discern, and to distinguish. And we have witnessed this one who has been moving through a series of changes, particularly manifesting in the 3D world around her. And we would like to present for all of you this image that we have ascertained, that of the net. And this net, this image of networking, this image which is primarily in the fore for you as a human species at this juncture in your evolution, we would like to bring this home to each one of you as a means to aid you in navigation. And that navigation is best done through envisioning a net. We have spoken of this often, with nodes at the conjoining points where those threads overlap. There are different ways for you as humans to imagine this. If you perhaps might bring to mind a trampoline. A trampoline is made of fabric, and if you zoom in, as Dale is wont to do with her microscopic investigations, you will understand, and do understand, that fabric is made from networks of fibers. The universe is no different. Energy flow is no different. Therefore, if you can envision yourselves as held or perhaps standing on that trampoline, and as you choose, you can move in harmonic resonance with the reactions of the fabric to your movements. And those movements are made with your heart and mind. You are not necessarily moving your physical body, but you are moving with energy that passes through your organic entity, as it does for us. Our entities are not organic. However, we have the same experience of energies meeting and convening in this way. So you perhaps might benefit from this image of interconnection as support. The trampoline, tramp, as you tramp your way forward, your trampoline supports. It has its own dynamic. And if you brrr, you can dumb down that dynamic, or you can use that dynamic for ever greater heights. Does this make sense?
I
Yes.
think so. Yes, yes.
All right. So this movement, these energetic movements, if you think of yourself in the decision-making processes in which you engage in a harmonious dynamic, that is the a priori relation. As you know, you are, this group in particular, you are not separate. You are interconnected to all. As you move, the trampoline, the fiber of the universe moves. You and the universe are in an interrelation which is profound. You have no existence outside this interrelation. So, therefore, as you move, feel your way through. If you sense harm, if you sense a collision, then pull away from that collision. Wait. Channel your energies in a different direction. If, for example, you must have a conversation with a key person who will help you in the transition, and you think that person is having dinner, you do not connect with them at that time, because you understand that that connection may have repercussions which are not valuable or useful for either one of you, and in some cases may cause harm. So you withdraw your energies from that contact at that particular point in time, and you channel your energies to perhaps making your own dinner, or perhaps preparing something for yourself, which will then support you in whatever direction you choose to move into. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so then when you decide, and these are your human decisions. Humans make decisions. This is a key point for the human species. This is the crux on which you evolve. This is your superpower in the world of evolution, for you can consciously evolve. This one has called this evolition. Evolition, with our help, we might add. Evolition. You can choose your path. You can choose the direction in which you will grow. And when you focus your energies and your attention on that direction, you indeed manifest. You do indeed move with the energies of that direction. Now, in the same way that you can move forward, you can move to the side, you can move your energies this way or that way, or you can move up or you can move down. This is the cosmology of your orientation. You have choices, you have directions. Your task is to manage that directional movement in ways that cause no harm. That is a fundamental tenet. Now, there is eating, there is sleeping, there are, in other words, we do not want you to play God. This is a somewhat dangerous inflation, which can also apply to your ego. Get off that mount, dismount from that. You are capable of discerning ego from inflation, from psychoses. You are capable of that here in this group. There are some who are not. There are many who are not. And for those, we reserve the right to discuss at another time. For this moment, we are discussing this amongst conscious ability, the ability to make conscious, the ability to be constructive, to not be self-destructive. This self-destructive we shall table for another chat. For now, we are discussing a healthy orientation towards productivity and kindness. The breadth of vision that this requires is profound. This one often considers compassion and wisdom as two spokes that inhabit a wheel. The vehicle moves with these powers, this bicycle, if you will, of compassion and wisdom. And the greater you practice your awareness of others, the greater you practice your kindness, your thoughtfulness, your awareness, your empathy of others, the deeper your empathy turns toward yourself. For you are other from the point of view of another. It is all one. So the practice of compassion, of understanding each other, one another, and yourselves is the basis for this fabric. This is what enables you to encounter and to engage and to actually feel the presence of this fabric. You may rest here. You call this mindfulness, you call this meditation, you call this taking a powder. This is a moment of profound relation. And if you have not yet experienced that relation, take the time and make it a practice to explore that relation. Now, there will be currents that ride this fabric. They run through the universe, these currents. This is why your extraterrestrial presence is so concerned over nuclear energy, the bombs that play havoc with this fabric. Can you imagine when an explosion on that scale rips through this fabric? This is a cosmological concern, and we shall not travel that at this point. However, our point right now is to underscore the importance of this fabric. The unfortunate imagery of fabric is such that you as humans encounter fabric in a two-dimensional plane. For us, the fabric is multi-dimensional. And you need not explore that now. It is enough to imagine the trampoline. It is enough to imagine weaving, tantra, sutra. These images are all part of your wisdom tradition. Spiders. There is a wealth of imagery which you can turn to, texts which will support you and do support you to understand how to resonate and how to ride and how to always show up with authenticity. We shall share with you something which we brought to this one's attention last night. Fear, F-E-A-R, fear is forgetting the energy of authentic response. I'm going to say that once again. Fear, F-E-A-R, forgetting. There is no blame, no judgment. This is a forgetting, often born of separation, isolation, born of illusion. the forgetting of energy, the forgetting of energy, of authentic. Authenticity is your key. That is your thread. With authenticity, that is where you connect. You author your connection with conscious engagement. This is a very powerful place. You call this integrity, shinjitsu. Every language has a word for this space, this note, authentic response. Note the emphasis on responding, not reacting. The reactivity that fear brings about is your demise as a human. This is a devolution when reactivity surfaces. Now, of course, you react when a rock falls from the sky, inches from your face. Naturally, you react. Reaction belongs to a survival modality. Evolution is asking you to transform your survival into thriving. We ask you to thrive. Evolution asks for thriving. That is the opening onto further proliferations of form. You thrive when you respond. For when you respond, you engage your conscious, thoughtful endeavors. And this is where you as humans shine.